Alright guys, today we're going to be putting together an Pentair FNS Plus diatomaceous third filter. The grids were toast, so we're going to go ahead and replace these new grids today. We've got our bottom manifold here, our top manifold. This is actually a CMP replacement for the Pentair version. Works just as well. It's got our bleeders, our air bleed right here. Okay. Like I said, new grids. Same bottom manifold, same up rods. Got our little template there. I'll show you the old grid. You can see they're definitely worn. We've got broken ribs here. Got some calcification that has built up on the side of these grids. If you're feeling this, it feels like sandpaper. It feels real gritty. This is actually the main culprit of why we got called out here today. We've got a tear in the grids. A tear like this inside the grid will allow DE to pass through the grid and back into the pool, and that will reduce the efficiency of the filter, if filter at all. So we're actually going to trash these. I'll take them with me today. You can see more of the broken ribs here. Whenever you see broken ribs like this, guys, you want to make sure that the grids are going to be replaced, because what will happen is these ribs are sharp inside and they will actually poke through the fabric of these grids. So if they're broken, they need to be replaced. If you can replace one by one, I don't recommend it, because what will happen is you'll get a call in 3 months that the filter you just fixed is leaking DE again, and it'll be one of the other grids. With the FNS Plus, all the new Pentair filters, we're going to have these really awesome templates down here on the bottom manifold. And essentially, what's going to happen is we're going to take, or we've got our spine here. Our spine's going to line up right on one of these dots, and maybe the above is going to be better. Yeah. Just like that. So we're going to line those up. I'm going to set the camera up as I put this together, but it's super easy to put these Pentair ones back together just like that. Perfect. I did that one-handed. But you can see that our spine is going to line up with that bottom dot on the template here on that bottom manifold. And then it's kind of just plug and chug from there. You'll notice that it's got our small grid labeled. So our partial will actually go right here, and that allows room for the up pipe inside of that filter to go in there. So I'm going to set this camera up and we're going to get to work. Partial, smaller grid. We'll do a size comparison. You can see that we're about 3 inches short on this one. See that difference. Okay, so here we can tell we've got the beginning of a little star pattern. That's what we're shooting for. On the FNS Plus, we're gonna have 2 up rods, okay, that are gonna fit into the holes here on the bottom manifold. Now, sometimes you'll have this, sometimes you won't. If a real pool guy takes it apart, he'll put it back on there. What this is going to do is this is going to kind of hold as a template our grids. You definitely see that star pattern from our little template that has helped us make that here. Now, what's key is we're going to see we got these little notches. Let me focus this. There we go. You can see we have these notches here. Okay. And now, what these notches are going to do is they're going to correspond with these notches inside of the manifolds. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the up rods through the manifold here. And I'm going to go by one, and I'm going to be doing 2 things. I'm going to be putting the grids inside of these teeth, and I'm also going to be lining up those notches. You can feel that one go in with our manifold. I went ahead and turned the video off. It was taking me a little bit longer than usual to get these guys together. So what happens is we've got the Pleatco brand grids. Okay, we've got a CMP manifold. So what will happen is the little notches inside of here won't really want to line up, and they will. What you've got to do is you've got to just push. I don't get a little wider angle on this. You want to be able to push this. It's just a little off, so give a good push on that and it'll actually pop in. Got some aftermarket nuts here on these up rods. So I'm actually using, what is this? It's my 7/16 nut driver to actually tighten those on. Factory should come with wing nuts, which are a little easier to tighten by hand. But what we want to do when we get the grids all put back together, just like we do here, the goal is we want to be able to pick it up on the handles and give it that solid shake. And we'll feel that none of these grids, they almost have a spring to them. Okay, that means it's going to be tight. That means everything's going to be working. But I do the shake test just like that. We'll make sure that nothing's loose. What I also do is I go in here and I visually check all these connections and make sure I can't see any holes in there. I already did a visual inspection on the manifold. We were good to go, no cracks. But you always want to check that. There'll most likely be cracks throughout that manifold if you're getting that to surf back into the pool. Alright guys, that's the grid set. Good luck. If you can't get it, call someone that can. Don't have them do it for you, learn it from them. Okay? Learn, learn, learn.